Cockroaches. I mean, they are the undisputed champions of survival, right? They've been around for hundreds of millions of years, just scuttling through eras that wiped out countless other species. So what is their secret? How have they managed to outlast so many others? Okay, let's dive into this. Just let that sink in for a second. They were here long before the dinosaurs and, well, they're still here long after. This isn't just about being tough. It's about having this incredible evolutionary ace up their sleeve, a secret weapon that has pretty much guaranteed their continuation.
Their reproductive system. It's not just a biological process. It's a finely tuned, high-performance engine of survival. To really understand the cockroach, we have to get into how they make more cockroaches. And you know what? It's a fascinating story of two incredibly sophisticated, complementary biological factories working in perfect sync.
First, we need to get a key term out of the way: dioecious. All this really means is that, just like us, cockroaches have distinct males and females, and this separation is super important because it allows for an incredible level of specialization in their reproductive jobs.
So let's start with the male. His entire reproductive system is basically a high-tech factory with one single critical mission: to build and deliver the perfect package of genetic material.
All right, let's take a look at the male's factory floor here. Don't worry about all the tiny labels for now, just focus on the main parts. Up at the top, you've got the testes. That's where sperm production kicks off. But the real assembly line happens down in those glands, especially that big central mushroom gland. This is where the magic of packaging the sperm really starts. So how is this triple armored package actually built? Well, it's this meticulous three-step process, almost like building a tiny capsule. First, that mushroom gland we saw secretes the soft inner layer. Then the ejaculatory duct adds a middle layer. And finally, the phallic gland adds that tough, protective outer layer. The end result is just a perfectly engineered delivery system. And to deliver this package, the male is equipped with some seriously specialized tools. What you're looking at are the external genitalia, called phallomeres. And just look at the complexity. They're not simple at all, but this wild collection of plates, hooks, and lobes. Each and every piece is designed to lock perfectly with the female during mating, making sure that spermatophore gets transferred securely and successfully. Okay, now let's switch gears and turn to the other half of this operation, the female's factory. It's an equally impressive system, but her whole setup is designed for receiving that package, producing eggs, and getting them ready for life in the outside world.
And this is her factory. Again, let's just focus on the essentials. The most obvious parts are those large ovaries, the egg production centers. But look lower down. There are two critical components here. First, those highly branched glands called collateral glands. We'll see their crucial role in just a moment. And second, this small sac called the spermatheca. Believe it or not, this tiny little organ is one of the biggest keys to their reproductive success.
Now, if we zoom in on just one production line inside the ovary, it's called an ovariole, we see something amazing. It's just like a conveyor belt for eggs. They start as these immature cells at the top, and as they travel down, they grow, mature, and get loaded up with nutrients until they become a fully formed ovum at the bottom, all ready for fertilization.
Now, this little organ we mentioned, this is an evolutionary game changer, the spermatheca. After mating, the female stores the male sperm inside this sac. This lets her fertilize her eggs over a long period of time from just a single mating. It's a strategy that just massively boosts her reproductive efficiency.
So the male is delivered his armored package of sperm, and the female has a whole supply of mature eggs ready to go. Now comes the grand finale, where these two contributions combine to create the final product, the very key to their species dominance. Okay, let's bring these two sides together. Remember the male's package, the spermatophore? You can see its cross-section here. Once it's transferred to the female, it releases the sperm and its job is done. But the process is far from over. Now the female's factory takes over to create the final, incredible product. The fertilized eggs get arranged in the genital pouch, and this is where those collateral glands come into play. They secrete proteins that form a hardened, protective case around the eggs. This case is called an ootheca. Seriously, think of it as an armored briefcase for the next generation. And here is that finished briefcase, the ootheca. This isn't just a simple egg sac, it's a tough, durable survival pod. Inside, the embryos are protected from pretty much everything: dehydration, predators, even physical damage.
The female then deposits this case in a safe, hidden spot, and the next generation is left to develop securely on its own. It's a testament to a perfect survival strategy.
Now get ready for the numbers that truly show the power of this strategy. A single female cockroach can produce about 9 to 10 of these oothecae in her life, and each one is holding between 14 to 16 eggs. The multiplication factor here is just enormous, ensuring a constant and incredibly resilient population. So, when you put all of these pieces together, the specialized factories of the male and the female, you don't just see biology. What you're seeing is a comprehensive blueprint for survival, one that's been perfected over millions of years of evolution.
So, let's just recap the keys to their incredible success. It really comes down to a few brilliant strategies. You've got specialized glands for production and protection, that multi-layered sperm package ensuring delivery, plenty of nourishment for both sperm and eggs, and finally, that armored egg case that lets the next generation survive all on its own. It is an absolute masterpiece of reproductive resilience.
And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this is the level of sophisticated engineering hidden inside an insect many of us just consider a simple pest, what other incredible wonders of evolution are we overlooking in the world around us every single day?